All right, let's dive in. Today, we are looking at a brand new tool that might just completely change how we build, well, everything. It's called Gemini Canvas, and the big idea here is that your next app, your next game, your next big idea could be just a single sentence away.
So let me just start with a wild question for you. What if you could build a complete, totally functional game? I'm talking unique mechanics, a slick user interface, even a currency system, all without writing a single line of code yourself. I know, it sounds like science fiction, but it is happening as we speak. And look, this isn't just some far off theory. When actual creators got their hands on this, they were blown away. Take it from developer Julian Goldie, who said projects that should have taken weeks, this thing delivered in minutes. So what does something built in just minutes actually look like? To really get a feel for the power we're talking about, let's look at some real examples of what people are making. And I want to be clear, we're not talking about simple little Hello World programs. We're talking about incredibly complex, feature-packed applications that were literally spoken into existence. I mean, check this out. It's a tower defense game called Neon Nexus. Someone typed in a prompt, and out came this entire game. It's got a full cyberpunk theme, 5 different kinds of towers to build, waves of enemies, a money system. The user interface looks like something you'd find on a professional game store. This is a real strategic game, not just a tech demo. And it's not just about games. Someone else asked for a virtual synthesizer, and Gemini Canvas spat out this. It's a professional-grade music tool with a full piano keyboard, working knobs for volume, reverb, and delay. It even has record and playback. This is the kind of software that musicians and producers pay good money for, and it was created in a flash. This next one really shows the insane versatility. The prompt was for a digital art canvas, and the AI came back with a tool that could honestly handle a lot of basic Photoshop tasks. It's got the whole shebang, a tool palette, a color picker, a professional layers panel, and even a special pixel grid for making pixel art. All of that from just the initial idea. So, yeah, at this point, you've got to be asking the exact same question I was. How? How is any of this even possible? How can a few lines of plain English result in these incredibly complex working applications? Well, the answer, the magic behind all of this, has a name. It's a new workspace from Google called Gemini Canvas. This is the engine that's powering all of these amazing creations. Now, Gemini Canvas isn't just some one-and-done code generator. You have to think of it more like an interactive, collaborative partner. You give it a prompt, it builds a first draft, and then you just talk to it. You refine it, you ask for new features, and you see the changes happen right there in real time. Okay, so what's under the hood? This is all being run by Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro model. And the key number here is that it has a 1 million token context window. Now, what does that actually mean for you? It means the AI can hold a massive amount of information in its memory at once. We're talking enough to understand an entire complex application or a full game project, all while you're working on it. That's the secret sauce. And for you, the user, the process couldn't be simpler. It's basically a 3-step dance. 1, you start with your idea, your prompt. 2, the AI generates the first version. And 3, you just start chatting with it, refining and iterating. You can ask it to change the colors, add a new button, fix a bug, whatever you want until it's perfect. Okay, so we know what it is and we know how it works. Now let's really dig into its core capabilities. What is this tool actually designed to build? First off, it isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. They've actually tailored it into 3 different versions or flavors. There's one for students, which is great for learning and visualizing code. There's one for work, meant to build business tools and speed things up. And then there's the for fun version, which is where all this crazy creative magic is happening. So one of its biggest capabilities is building complete web applications. And when I say complete, I mean it handles both the front end, that's the stuff you see and interact with, and the back end server logic that makes it all work. You could literally ask it to build you a custom sales dashboard for your team, and it'll generate all the necessary code. But it's not just stuck on the web. Nope, Gemini Canvas can also generate native Android apps using modern code like Kotlin and Jetpack Compose. For any mobile developer out there, this is a massive deal. It means you can prototype a new app idea in hours, not weeks. And that, of course, brings us back to games. Its ability to generate all the game logic, the interactivity, and even suggest assets, it's just a complete game changer. It can pump out everything from simple 2D classics to much more complex 3D worlds, which makes game development suddenly accessible to so many more people. So what does this all mean for the future? Let's zoom out a bit. We've seen the what and the how, but let's talk about the so what. Why is this such a fundamental tectonic shift in how things get made? I mean, just look at the contrast. The old way of building software meant long timelines, huge costs, and needing a team of highly specialized engineers. Gemini Canvas completely flips that on its head. Now you've got rapid prototyping, it's free to get started, and the main skill you need is just being able to describe what you want in plain English. And this is going to have huge ripples for businesses. Think about all those little custom tools a company wishes it had. An interactive pricing calculator for the website, a product configurator for the sales team, heck, even internal training simulations. All these things that used to be major projects can now be whipped up in a fraction of the time and cost. Now, maybe the most exciting part of all of this is that it's not some future tech you have to wait for. It's here. You can use it right now. So let's switch gears from me just explaining it to you actually getting your hands on it. Getting started is actually incredibly simple. You just head over to the Gemini website, pick the version that makes sense for you, student, work, or fun, and honestly, just start by messing with the examples they have built in. See what they've made, then try your own simple ideas, and just practice getting better at writing those prompts. So what's the secret to getting those incredible results we saw earlier? It all comes down to being specific in your prompt. Don't just say, build me a game. Describe the game. Describe what you want the user to feel. List out the exact features you need. Ask for it to work on phones and desktops. Request a clean, modern look. The more detail you feed it, the better the result you're going to get back. You know, what we're really witnessing is a moment where the barriers to entry for creating software have just disappeared. The cost of trying out a new idea has dropped to basically zero. The potential speed of innovation just got 100 times faster, overnight. This technology truly puts the power to build in the hands of anyone with an idea. The tools are here, they're easy to access, and they are unbelievably powerful. So the only real question left is, what will you create?